Now I'm going to begin our program with some words from Paramahansa Yogananda. It's important for us to realize that this Christ consciousness that Jesus embodied, this Christ consciousness that Jesus revealed to so much of the world, was also being revealed by others as well. And this mastermind that we call Jesus was being revered by people all over the world who didn't call themselves Christians necessarily, but they revered who he was. So this was written by Paramahansa Yogananda back in 1935, shortly after his visit to the Holy Land, and it was written to all students and friends of the Self-Realization Fellowship. He wrote, "Earth-bound possessions and glory all fade away, but God-bound possessions hold through eternity, serving with supreme usefulness. Why worship material comfort on the altar of change? Learn to adore spiritual comfort in the temple of indestructibility. The best way to convert earthly accumulations into imperishable heavenly treasure is to use them for spiritual service. Christ must be lived to be known. Christ must be lived to be known. In all good actions, in every material and spiritual service, and in the manger of meditation, the immortal Christ is born anew. None can know about that Christ by reading books on theology. One must feel his presence in the bower of deep meditation, in the cradle of meditation-tuned thoughts, woven with tender twigs of devotion. Behold the newborn Christ, lulled by the cooing dove of inner peace. In these 20 centuries, Christmas has been celebrated 1,935 times. Yet how few have realized the true significance of the birth of Jesus. It's amazing. Now, he wrote this in 1935, that in these 29 centuries, Christmas has been celebrated 1,935 times, yet how few have realized the true significance of the birth of Jesus. And then we look at Yogananda on the true meaning of Christmas. He tells us, let us meditate until we perceive the infinite Christ reigning in our hearts. Let us learn to love those who love us not, and to forgive those who do ill against us. Let us break all our mental boundaries of color, creed, and nationality, and receive all, even our inanimate and animal brothers, in the endless, all-embracing arms of our Christ consciousness. This will be a true and fitting celebration of the coming of Jesus Christ to this earth." That was written by Paramahansa Yogananda. Now, transcendent Indian masters have often seen the beauty and power of the symbol of Christ and drawn our attention to his deeper meaning. As many get caught up in the material madness of the season, returning to reminders like those of Yogananda on the spirit of the season can help us to reconnect with the energy and consciousness of love, compassion, and kindness that it includes. Yogananda was an Indian spiritual teacher who moved to America and inspired many with his ability to accept love unconditionally and promote selfless service to humanity. At one point, when he was robbed on a New York City street, he handed his wallet to the thieves with a smile and said, "Take it, please." The robbers were so distraught by his fearless and compassionate reaction that they fled from him without taking his wallet or his money. His action was in the full spirit of Christ consciousness. So what actions would you like to take to move more deeply in tune with the spirit of this season? So that's something for us all to think about. And think about what we've just heard here from Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda. I mean, how beautiful those words are that describe the consciousness of Jesus, the Christ consciousness, that Christ within all of us. I can do all things through Christ. which strengthens me, we read in the Holy Scriptures. And when we think about those words and think about how Jesus' work and ministry was so revered, and his life so revered by all those, that here we have this wonderful spiritual leader in India who came to the United States and has all these followers show his reverence for Jesus and for the birth of Christ in Jesus. It's amazing. So each and every one of us have that opportunity every day to practice that Christ spirit in a greater way. As he says, let us learn to love those who love us not, and to forgive those who do ill against us. Let us break all our mental boundaries of color, creed, and nationality, and receive all, even our inanimate and animal brothers, in the endless, all-embracing arms of our Christ consciousness. This will be a true and fitting celebration of the coming of Jesus Christ to this earth. Paramahansa.